Hello and welcome to Krad Math. Today we are doing a problem where we construct a context-free grammar without Lambda Productions that generates the same language. With these problems, they're not too difficult, but they require a lot of work, so you may mess up somewhere in the process. So let's try to go without messing up. So basically what the problem is asking is that we need to rewrite every word that has a letter that leads to a lambda. So lambdas in this problem are only on A. So that means every time there is a word here with a capital A, we must rewrite it. And it's not too bad, so we'll get to it. And we are starting with the S line that we get here. So if we take a look at this word right here, lowercase a, capital A, D, C, A, how are we going to rewrite that? It's not really rewriting the word, it's more of breaking it down. And I find it easy if we break it down like a tree. So let's write the word. A, capital A, D, C, A. This is a 5-letter word. So let's break it down into a 4-letter word. So let's rewrite this as A, D, C, and we won't include the A in this one. This is what I mean by a tree, right? So we have this right here, and let's break it down in another way, but instead of not including the A, we're not going to include the C. So this does lowercase a, D, A. We're going to do the same thing, but we won't include the D. And you see that you'll run out of a lot of space, either that or I write very big on this thing. We won't write the D, so we have A, C, A. And let's do that again, but we won't write this A. Basically get A, D, C, A. So now we need to break down these, each one. So we're going to just repeat the process all over again. So we have A, D, C. Okay. Now let's write down this word without this first A right here. A, D, C. Okay. Now let's write this word again without the capital D. A, C. Without that C right there. We have A, D. So we have all those. All of these belong to that one. And we just need to repeat the process. But as we go, they get easier and easier because now we're going to go ahead and do this one right here. A, D, A. Now, we can now write this out without this A, which is A, D, A. We write out without this D. A. So that's this solution. This one made this one. So now let's make, I already used that color. Let's use this color. Now I want to do this one. So we have A, D, C, A. Let's write that down without the D. We have A, C, A. Then we cancel out the the C. A, D, A. Cancel out the A. Then we have A, D, C. Now we just need to cross check. Do we have an ADA somewhere? ADA. We do. We have an ADA right here. Do we have an ACA? We don't have an ACA, so we're fine. Do we have an ADC? We already have an ADC. So we only really write ACA We write down ADA and we have ADA. So this one belongs to that one. And that's it. Now for the next one, let's make it blue. What can we make off of that? Or break apart? ACA. Just realized this right here should have been a capital A. Let's re-highlight that again. So write that out without the capital A, ACA, without the C, AAA, and without that A, without the last A, AAC. Now I believe we already have most of these. This ACA, we have ACA, we have ACA right here. Triple A's, we have a triple A right here. ACA, we have, AAC, we have an AAC. So we actually don't make anything off of this. We're good to go. So now that this has been broken up into these, and these have been broken up into these, we must break these down even more. So we get ADC, which we got from right here. We break that apart without that D. We make AC, then we make AD. So you have AC, AD. All right, now for the next one, AAC, we make AA, AC, AA, AC. Now we would need to break down AAD, AAD. We make AA, AD, but we already have an AD right here, and we already have an AA right here, so we don't need to break this down. We actually don't. Okay? So, if we were to break down, we just did this one, yeah. So if we were to break down ADA, we end up with AD, which we already have an AD right there. We end up with AA, we already have an AA. Okay, so we don't need to break this down. Triple A. We would end up with AA, we have an AA, and we would end up with an AA again. So we don't really need to break that down. If we were to break down this one, AC, we would end up with AC and with AA. We don't need to break that down. It's already broken down. So the last thing we need to do is just to write down A. So that was quite a bit of work to break down this word into all of these. So now we must break down this word and every single word that contains an A. So this word, that one, this one, that one. All of them that have a capital A. Don't worry, we won't do the whole thing. That'll take quite a long time, especially at the speed that I'm going. But I do have the answer for you. We can just look at them instead and show you the answer at the end. So we know that this breaks down in a multitude of ways just because of how long this word is. This one is easier, and we do the same process, but this one we do not break down. We do not break down this one because there is no capital A. Why do we only break down ones with capital A's? Because this capital A right here has a lambda. Because this A line has a lambda, that's why we break down every single word that has a capital A in it. Okay? We do not do BAB, ACD, and these. And of course, these. We don't break them down because they do not have a capital A in them, only because this capital A right here had a lambda. Now, if B had a lambda, then we would also break down BAB and BAB here. So I'll show you the result of this answer. Now, this right here is every part that's highlighted on here is what we added to it, and all the parts that are in black are the original problem. The only difference from the original problem is that we removed the lambda. We actually removed the lambda, which was right here, and we didn't replace it with anything. We just took it out, and the reason why we have BA is because of this right here. We broke this down apart. So this is the answer for that long, complicated question. Oh, it's not really complicated. It just takes quite a bit, because you saw all the work that it took to break down this word. This word. We just repeat the process over and over, and we get this. So thank you for watching. If this helped, please like the video. We really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Hope you learned something.